Good evening. This is a late night edition of the War Room, the Smoking Room edition. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for the notification. Help your boy out. We try to spread the word. So let's go to war. Mr. Eric Dyson, I'm back. Boy, we and you need to talk. So let me understand this. A sister, a black woman, first generation from Jamaica, my grandparents' country. First generation Jamaican in America. Went to serve in the Marine Corps because she loved this country. She wins the first woman of color to win that office. And how do you congratulate her? You and Joy Reid get on. Now, okay, let's back it up. Joy Reid was too scared to have an interview with Sister Sears, Lieutenant Governor Sears, right? So instead of having the Lieutenant Governor come on her show and talk to her, she bring your ass on there so y'all can talk all this woke, racist, non-existing bullshit. And that's what it was. So you get on and then call her basically a sellout. Let's just call her like it real. You call her an Uncle Tom type person. She's the she's the dummy for the words of the white supremacists. You sound ignorant as hell. And I'm calling you out on it, and I'm going to keep calling you out on it until we meet up. Me personally, I would like to shout out to my brother Kwame Brown, and I would love for you and I to meet on his platform. In fact, I'm going to reach out to brother Kwame, and hopefully he can arrange it. With all this, all them big words and all that monkey shit you be saying. It is monkey shit. Okay? It really is. What you are doing, Mr. Dyson, sir, is crippling the black community. And why is that, you say? Because you make it seem like black people we can never accomplish anything because of this white supremacy. Even though we're more productive than ever, we have blacks in all areas of social status of this nation, from CEOs to lawyers to doctors. Hell, we even had one that was president, remember? But yet, even though blacks only hold 11 to 13% of the U.S. population, you and your cronies want to convince everybody that this nation is so fucking racist, which it's not, that a black person can't achieve because of white supremacy. So please explain mathematically how Barack Obama won the presidency with black people only being 11 to 13% of the population. I really want you to explain that with logic and math, not bullshit. So I am really looking forward to calling you out, sir. I am really looking to have a conversation with you. I'm not some young, dumb black person that's just going to follow your bullshit with, like, ooh, I'm talking to Dr. Eric Dyson. Ooh. No. I'm a 55-year-old grown-ass man. And you're going to have to explain to me why you feel that black people should still follow the same damn party that locked us up, that enslaved our asses in the first place. The same party that voted for every segregation law in the country. The same party where the Ku Klux Klan originated out of. The same party that has this president whose best friend was a Klansman. His mentor, Robert Byrd, high-ranking official of the Ku Klux Klan. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black? Why don't you talk about when getting a black perspective on our community, he went to a Puerto Rican rapper who got the IQ of a golf ball. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about when Joe Biden voted against integration in his school district, saying if we allow our kids to go to school with black kids, the black kids would turn our school district into an interracial jungle? Why don't you talk about that? Or are you too busy kissing the Democrats' ass? It appears to me, and to any person with an ounce of common sense who knows history, that you and people like you, Maxine Waters, and all these other folks, want us to stay on the plantation. Is that true, Mr. Dyson? You get all this money, you're a fat cat, get all these monies for speaking engagements, you be on TV, but you don't talk about the real issues of the black community. You don't talk about the single mothers, how 80% of our children is born out of wedlock. Why don't you talk about that? Because guess what? Black folks are conservative. We do have traditional conservative values, even though the Democratic Party don't seem to believe it. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about how the Democrats Party have basically thrown black men and black boys under the bus? Why don't you talk about that? I'll tell you why you don't talk about it, because you're a fraud. You are a full of shit fraud. But I hope we will have the opportunity for you and I to discuss facts. Facts. I want to discuss facts with you. Here's something that may be surprising to you, Mr. Dyson, and all the Negroes like Mr. Dyson. All black people don't vote Democrat. And we have the choice, just like any other race of people in this country, to vote either party or independent party, third party, if you wish. So hopefully, Mr. Dyson, you and I will have a conversation soon because I'm going to keep making these videos until you and I talk. Shout out to my brothers Kwame Brown, Kevin Samuels, O'Shea Duke, MTR, Poor Man Podcast, and the Manosphere Daily, I believe. Big up to you, brothers. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification. Until we meet again, peace. And don't forget, when you want peace, prepare for war. I'm out.